30 years ago, a young Tennessee Fats was wandering around a comic convention in Toronto, Ontario, and he saw this, WildCATS #1 Gold Edition, sitting on the wall behind some random dealer. Now, being a crazy 1990s comic collector, I was huge into WildCATS back then. WildCATS, for those of you who don't know, is a comic team created by Jim Lee and Brandon Choi when they broke off from Marvel and became one of the founding fathers of Image Comics. This book was a gold edition. I'd never even heard of a gold embossed edition at that point in time. I was convinced I had to have it, but being a young, broke Tennessee Fats, guess what? I was broke. I couldn't have this damn thing. 30 years later in Ajax, Ontario, I find this bloody thing sitting in a toy show, and then I promptly forgot I owned it. Yeah, I'm that stupid. Well, I refound the damn thing, so today we're going to talk about it. So what is the gold edition of WildCATS #1? Well, from everything I can find, this seems to have been some sort of incentive issue that was sent out to retailers, I guess if they bought enough issues. Now, what was the exact ratio? I couldn't tell you because I can't find any record online whatsoever of how many of these were made. But some of you might have noticed something different about this. Anybody see that little squiggle sitting up at the top? Yeah, that one. That thing right there. That's actually a signature on this that was put on at the time of publishing and printing by Jim Lee himself. Now, I looked all over the place for this. I tried to find every record I could of what this is, and here's as close as I can get to what this is. This issue is an extra incentive issue. Now, I don't know what the basis of was why this was sent out or who got it, but apparently the print run is as low as 3,000 copies. And that apparently is an original Jim Lee signature. Now, there's absolutely no certificate to say that, but apparently it is. Now, how does this differ from the regular issue, you may ask? Well, let me show you. This little insert here is the original WildCATS #1, just the regular issue that went out to you and I, Joe Schmuck on the street buying the comic. You'll notice it doesn't have any fancy glossiness, and it also doesn't have any fancy embossedness where characters are literally jumping off the page at you. Other than that, there's really absolutely no difference except for this little twist. Take a look at this. Now, this little doodad here is the little card insert that was stuck in the spine of the book, and in fact, here's a second one here that has voodoo in it. Now, these in the original comic, I mean the one that you and I plebs, the guys that were out on the street buying this book, bought, were actually facing out, as in when you turned to it, the first thing you saw was the image. But for some reason in the gold edition, they were printed facing in. So weird.